Welcome to the Frequently Asked Questions podcast. Fuzzy and Quincy. We have this guy right here, LA native. Meet him at the crossroads.
Wow.
We have Baron Davis.
I like that.
Meet him at the crossroads.
Meet me at the crossroads.
We're not talking about the upper room. We're talking about the school.
No,
The
we
school.
talking about yeah, Bone Thugs.
Yeah.
Like the Bone Thugs School of Harmony.
The basketball school of harmony. What's up, B Diddy?
Up?
What's up, man?
What's up, dog?
Thank you for, you know what I'm saying?
Baron's always a good guy.
Hey, man. This is an epic moment.
Why you feel like it's an epic
on,
moment?
Because
man.
I tell you what. I saw two dudes during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Was doing their thing.
Yeah.
They linked up and did something incredible.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah.
And like that's what this shit about, bro.
Yeah.
It's about like joining power.
He's not talking about Gillian Wallow. He's
You know
talking
what
about
I mean?
us.
I'm talking about y'all.
Talking about us.
No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about y'all. And
Hey,
like,
thank you.
You know, when Fuzz told me like that's what y'all was on and what y'all was doing, y'all been killing it, man. Yeah,
Thank
this
you,
shit
bro.
is funny. You know what I mean? Is good energy.
Yeah, we
You
try,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
We try.
I'm about to cry, man.
You should shed a tear.
Y'all
That'll get us
niggas need a
ratings
deal.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
We need to get these niggas a deal somewhere.
Man, let's talk about
Come
it, man. Like
on.
we doing this independently.
I know. Can we get my bros a deal?
Yeah, we like Cash Money.
Yeah.
From the 99s and the 2000s, dog. We trying, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we,
nah.
We trying to get it right,
Hey,
dog.
y'all rocking.
Yeah.
Y'all rocking.
Can I tell you this, Fuzz? Before we even get into the basketball stuff, right? I don't know what channel I was on. I was like fumbling through channels.
Surfing, as they call
Surfing.
it. Yeah.
I was surfing. I
Channel
was swag surfing. I was channel surfing. And I see this show, and I'm like, I see one episode. I'm like, this is funny. I see a second episode. I'm like, hold up. How do I, like, nobody knows about this show? And I was the one late, and I hate being late. And it was What the F, Baron Davis.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, how did that show even come about, bro? Because it was, and I was like, I was mad that I was super late on it.
On it, right.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah, finesse. I ran into the head of Full Screen at the time at a dinner. I was like, man, you need some sports content, man, and they was all for it. So when I went in and pitched them the show and told them we was gonna shoot the pilot, I kind of knew like
What it was.
we wasn't gonna shoot what they thought we was gonna shoot, you know. And for me, it was like I always wanted to play in this world of like, you know, I watched Curb Your Enthusiasm,
Yeah.
Christopher Guest, right? And so, you know, that's just hilarious to me. You know what I mean? And be like, yo, what if that happened? Like, what if I did that in my life with the people I know, with the people we know?
Yeah.
From out here, just how they get down. And so we started writing and coming up with the idea, and the pilot was the snow cone. It was the snow cone episode. It was camel toe. It was like 3 different things. You know what I mean? So we was just trying to stack the deck.
Always sounds funny.
Yeah, we was just trying to stack the deck, and when we went back to full screen, it was almost like a hot potato. It was like, yo, like this shit don't fit our network. And I was like, all right. But they wanted to do it. So when they came back, it really didn't fit the demo of the network. So I was like, yo, you got to like
Do
go
something.
put it somewhere else then, shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was the goal, was to get, you know, try and get, you know, just keep trying to make like cool shit that ultimately can wind up on Netflix. Ultimate can wind up on Hulu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like once, you know, I feel once people I fuck with, or once people like, you know what I mean, that got the same type of taste, when they see it, you know, it's like I'm making stuff to make you be like, yo, I gotta be on that show.
Yeah.
Or when you see me, be like, yo, I got this, like, dog, I got an episode for you. Shit happened to me in the airport. And so it's like, really, like, for me, it's like a collaboration of all the people I run into.
But I feel like, Baron, you move way more. You've been moving a lot after basketball. Like, do you feel like this is a second? Like, I don't know Baron Davis, the basketball player. I just know BD, the entrepreneur. Like,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you've been out there after basketball with just you always have your hands in a bunch of shit. Like, you know, you talk a lot of tech. You going, you know, we've been on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
And he'll just be, you know, randomly pulling people up, doing stuff. I'm like, Barry know a lot of motherfuckers.
Was that always the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it was. My grandmother always, she used to say, boy, if you get hurt, what you gonna fall back on?
Wow.
And so when I got to the league, I was just nervous about having a circle that I was dependent on. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck that. Fired my agent, and then I became my own agent.
What year was that? What year?
I was 20 years old, 21 years old.
Super early.
Yeah, before I signed my max deal. So I went in, put a suit on, told my agent, I'm gonna start my own agency. And that's how Rico, Todd, that's how all of us kind of like our whole little UCLA crew. It was like a real live entourage, living that from like 22 throughout my whole NBA career. So I don't know nothing else but to hustle, right? So my natural fallback was like, man, I can't fall back into the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, I am in the NBA. I'm trying to put my homies on and get them straight. You know what I mean? Because I know, like, at some point, if they can get on, by the time I get to year 10 and 12, you know what I mean? I'm going to be a little older. Maybe one of the homies is a coach. So I was trying to set up basketball world, but actually live in Fuzz world. You know what I mean?
On the entertainment side.
Yeah, on the entertainment side, because that's where my friends were.
Yeah.
Outside of my hoop friends, all my other friends was rapping, producing, and, making movies and shit like that. So I was like, man, I'm going to hang over here.
Yeah, you was naturally gravitated to
it.
it.
So I was like, man, I'm going to hang over here, right? Because they don't know I ain't got no agent. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, like, the people they hang with, brands,
that's crazy.
Shit like that. So I'm going to hang over here because they don't know I had no agent. But people in the NBA, they know, like, it's a lot of vultures and shit like that. So I just, like, I kept kind of, like, set hopping, industry hopping.
Got it.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't wear my welcome out, and I always have a place. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't wear your welcome out.
Everywhere I go, I'm always, like, a guest or a host. I can be a guest or a host. You know what I mean?
So you was doing it before LeBron, because, LeBron made it, like super public.
He blew it out the water. I think what LeBron did was like, he just took ownership in like who he was and his vision. Remember the ESPYs?
Yes.
When LeBron hosted the ESPYs, I ran into LeBron and Maverick and all them dudes, and I was just like, look, man, LeBron is the smartest dude you ever gonna meet in your life. I don't give a fuck. Who y'all meet?
Yeah.
Anybody in LeBron James is gonna be the smartest person you ever meet in your life, dog.
Wow.
Because where he come from, what he's seeing, where he has to see himself in 5-10 years, man, y'all write this dude coattail, y'all hold each other down. Like, I felt like I had to say that just because they was on their trajectory anyway.
You saw it early.
I saw it way early.
Yeah.
Saw Rich Paul go to CAA and become an agent. Saw Mav, go and start, working his magic and, managing and networking and working in the entertainment stuff. You know what I mean? And, just kind of like always admire LeBron, for his infrastructure because LeBron did it his way. You know what I mean? He put he did it with his homies, kind of like how I did it with my homies. Now, we didn't go LeBron James with it, but when I look back and I look at all my homies, like, they got jobs in the league.
Yeah. Man, always got his hands. That's what I'm saying. Like,
they don't be fucking with me though, but they they too busy to fuck with me now.
Hey, BD, you never. So when you got out the league, you knew you weren't going to do anything. Like, you wasn't trying to be a coach, assistant coach, and nothing. Anybody ever like offer you to do stuff?
What?
Why not? Like,
no, I think the year I got hurt. Shout out to the Knicks. They brought me in and just kind of like said like, yo, just be around and figure out what you want to do. And then we kind of like came up with this thing called the Knicks tape, with Amari, Shump, and I kind of ran with it as like, all right, man, let's create a brand, let's create a new energy because the Brooklyn Nets was there.
Yeah.
They had kind of painted the city black and gray, and everybody was like, oh, like feeling like Brooklyn was like this, had this like Raider vibe, and that's when Jay-Z was the owner.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, shit, I can't play no more, so I'm going to start just thinking about being a creative. So we put this whole thing called the Knicks tape together. What? And it was just like this energy, you know what I mean, that the team had. And for the first time, I would say the Knicks tape, for me, I wanted to build the steel curtain or the purple people eater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like something that, you know, a lot of times when you playing for the Knicks, I figured out that everybody got an entourage. Everybody is a star. If you play for the Knicks, you can be the 13th man on the bench. You feel what I'm saying? And you don't have to go to them clubs. You can go to that club with your crew, and it's Knicks, bro.
It's still popping.
You feel what I'm saying? And so when I seen that, you know, you got Jeremy Lin, Jerry Jeffries, Amari, Shump, JR, Melo, Tyson. Everybody is so different.
Yeah.
And so the Knicks take was like, man, how can we put an ingredient fabric, a shield together where everybody can start just knowing what other people are into. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of like inspired me to come back to LA and say, well, fuck it. You know, let me try my hand on, you know, being a creative and coming up with stuff like that. So I kind of like just kind of was cool on basketball outside of just playing, you know, want to play.
Yeah.
And how long were you pro?
I think 13 years.
13. That's a long run. Like, a lot of people don't make a 13-year run.
That's a good run.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It was cool. It was a lot of ups. I would say from the time, like, you got to remember, I got hurt in college.
Yeah.
So when I got to the league, you know, like my rookie year was cool. My rookie year I was hurt. I played hurt. Second year I played hurt. Third year, like every year I was pretty much hurt. You know what I mean? From like never recovering, you know. So
like you should have took some time off, you thought, or anything?
Yeah, and plus, like when the season was over, I'd be in LA. I play in the Drew League, the Real Run, and the Summer League. Then we fly to New York, go hoop there. Like I was just I was just living my best life, like flying around the world, hooping, having a good time. And, you know, it's just wear and tear. Like, you're young, you don't have the right, you know, you didn't have all of the right intelligence around, like, rest and load management and shit. Like, people were just figuring that shit out.
So when you got hurt in college, what actually happened? Give us a backstory.
I went up, I crossed Lou Bullock over, and I went to dunk. When I went to dunk, I didn't know I was that high. So when I dunk, I pushed up off the rim, and I should have just jumped, landed, and like, you know, did some shit, you know, usually. But I was like, shit, let me get back. So when I landed, I turned, and then I felt my knee snap.
Yeah. That was that in the tournament game?
That was in the tournament against Michigan. And I had like 7 points in the first 2 minutes. So I was feeling, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, man, we out of here. We about to upset Michigan. Yeah. You know what I mean? We going to the Sweet 16. And then I tried to go back in the game.
Shouldn't did
in college, and so I tore my ACL.
Damn.
Came back to school, and everybody was like, "Yo, who gonna cut on him?" You feel what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna operate? Man, who gonna operate? And the school was like, "Man, we got our doctor. He gonna operate." I was like, "Man, hell no, that is not happening."
That was out.
And it was this whole thing at the time. Like, it was this whole thing with the school at the time, because like,
why were they pressing it?
Because I gotta hurry up and get surgery. Like, after you have an ACL, it ain't nothing but like, you gotta go get surgery, do your shit so you can get back to rehab. And you know, you out of school and they got the doctor right there. But I'm talking to other dudes, and I'm seeing, you know, dudes. You know, I go to the training room every day, so I'm paying attention to everybody. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, hell no, I'm gonna take my time. And I remember like taking a loan out to get my surgery.
Hold on, you paid for your surgery, dog?
Yeah.
All right. That's freaking crazy. So you didn't want to go to UCLA?
Me and my sister took a loan out, paid for the surgery, got our surgery done.
How much was the surgery?
Shit, maybe like, I don't know, shit, like 15,000, 20,000 probably at the time.
And what doctor did you go to?
Dr. Steven Lombardo. He was the Lakers doctor.
Oh,
yeah. So you was in good hands.
Yeah. It was like, man, I wanted to go to the best, right? And you know, luckily enough, it's just all these like somebody coming around sprinkling some pixie dust and being like, don't think about that, think about this. You know what I mean? Right. It's like, all right, well, shit. And so that happened. Had my surgery. And then, like, I struggled with my surgery, like, you know, because I was back home. You know what I mean? I'm at home, so I I ain't really at that point tripping on hooping, so I gained a lot of weight, came back, played at UCLA, left, went to the draft, and
Where did you land after the draft?
number 3 in Charlotte.
Yeah, it was Elton Brand was 1, right?
Elton Brand, Steve Francis,
And
me.
Lamar Odom was 4.
Lamar Odom was 4.
Damn.
Wally Serbiak, I believe, was 5.
Who? I'm
Wally
joking.
Serbiak.
No, I'm joking.
Jason Terry was up there, 6. Andre Miller, 7. Rip Hamilton was 8, something like that.
Let's talk about the draft. LA native. Did you be like, I want to be a Laker?
Hell yeah.
I
I was trying everything in my power. I had an agent then. I was like, man, get me to the Lakers, bro. But it just didn't. I was trying my hardest to be a Laker.
So, like, when you get the Hornets, do you, like, put the hat on, like, yeah.
Well, like, we already knew I was going to go to the Hornets if I was there.
Right.
So we was just trying to call a bluff at the time and be like, yo, I'm going to go overseas. And Coach Silas was like, you can go wherever the fuck you want.
But
I'm
check this out.
drafting you.
Yeah, I got that.
Shout out to Coach. Coach was so real. But that was like, for me, it was great because I got a chance to get out of L.A.
Yeah.
Be in a basketball kind of like, like state. You know what I'm saying? Like a sports state.
Definitely different from LA.
Way different from LA.
Yes.
You in
Bible
Charlotte.
Belt at the time. It ain't what it is now. Like kind of like, this nice metropolis. Like it was just had little pockets, but it was, you gotta think I'm 19 years old. Damn. So I'm getting off at work at 1:00. Mm-hmm. All my peers is in school.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Or studying and shit like that. So I ain't doing shit but playing video games. And it was a movie theater, and I used to go to movies like
A lot.
3 times a week, dog.
Really?
I used to see every movie. And then I wound up becoming like a movie critic for the NBA.
That's crazy.
Hey, bro,
You did it all.
I used to have a blog, and I used to like write.
You was on it early, huh?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, I want to go back.
BD.
So it's crazy because you said, man, I took out $15,000-$20,000 loan to get your surgery, right? And they just passed, like, I don't know if it's a law, but the NCAA, they're allowing student athletes to now get paid.
Yeah.
And I know you had like a little issue, with your sister or something with, she worked at UCLA, like.
Yeah, man. Everybody got some shit to say. I mean,
Yeah.
she had a job at UCLA, but they was trying to relate that to me going to UCLA.
Oh, like that's why she got in kind of thing?
Yeah, but she was already.
She was already there.
Like, so do you think student athletes, I mean, to your opinion, like.
I think they should get paid.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that they should get taken care of, right? I don't think education is enough, right? Because after the education, then what, right? So the average college student, after they graduate from college, then what? Debt. You feel what I'm saying? And so if I generated, we go to the tournament, the Final Four, let alone win it in college football, you getting 30, 40, 100, 150 million bucks. You know what I mean? You can put some of that shit in an account for when these dudes graduate. It's like, hey, man, here's some starter money, right? You got to just say, hey, I've been here. I fucked my knee up. Now I got to go, like, be an accountant somewhere. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. My life dream goal is to, like, hoop, whether I hoop for millions and millions of dollars or hoop for $50,000 a year. It don't matter. They never compensated the $50,000 dude, and they never took care of the kid. Yeah. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they
that
selling
had the
tickets to
potential.
them.
And they fuck so many kids over, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine all the kids who, like, this was their dream, and the NCAA said, no. Because what? Because it's one of these goddamn rule books.
Yeah.
Right? And so to have that power, right?
Right.
And to take that power away from people, even though it was corrupt or whatnot, we live in America. America's corrupt. You know what I mean? Like, business is corrupt. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But to take that power away, you know what I mean? It's like the NCAA and then whoever is on that committee, meaning like, what school did you graduate? Go around the committee and say, hey, bro, what school you graduate from? You know what I mean? And you're going to see where that bias is. You're going to see where, a lot of people know how to cut through that red tape. So the way I feel is, college kids should be getting paid. You go to college to get a job, to learn shit. How the fuck are you an athlete, right? And you're not learning the business of your sport, right?
Yeah.
You may not make it to the NBA.
Hell yeah.
But you can be a coach, you can be a manager, you can be a GM, you can be a producer, you can be a statistician, you can be the lighting guy, you can run the arena, meaning running all the events. Shit, I can keep going.
Yeah, the stuff that you see.
You know what I mean? It's
all
like
the stuff that you don't see on the court.
Yeah, it's 50 jobs.
Yeah.
Right? It's 50 jobs. You know, like, them motherfuckers ain't standing there behind the Laker bench with these, similar shirts on. You know what I mean? Those are jobs, bro.
Hell yeah.
Those are well-paying jobs. Those are long-lasting career. Those are careers.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're not teaching these kids how to go, oh, I fucked my knee up. I may not be the best student, but I'm a hell of a personality. I'm a great energy and a great spirit. Well, you know what? You can get a job being a host or helping the team do meet and greets. I don't know. Just it's just little shit like that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That I hope, people, and I've been working on this, just thinking about how can I be of service to these college kids? What can we do? You know what I mean? And make sure, like, now that they can make money, it ain't about them making money. It's about the people who are going to make money off of them. And the people they're going to dependent on. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But it's better to have somebody figure it out than not.
Yeah. No, dude.
Right.
Listen, so much to talk to BD about, man. Like, your podcast. Point God, man. I just checked out the episode with Nick Van Exel. Oh, dude.
Where's Nick Van Exel at?
Nick is coaching. Where is Nick coaching at?
He's
in Dallas. Isn't he Dallas?
I think he's in Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, because he didn't want to say the names of.
He was in Dallas.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know where these for the man. It's Sam Cassell in
Philly. Yeah. So no, like
you know that.
Oh yeah. Come on, Philly.
215 stay alive.
Yeah, but point God for me, man, it's like that's probably like up there with one of the best things I could ever do.
You enjoy that?
I get to talk to some of the best guards to ever play the game, bro.
Wow.
I get to talk to dudes that we went head up, and we get to really there's a humbling moment, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's a mano-a-mano, there's roses exchanged, and I've never seen it.
Oh.
Right? When you think about, like, the relationship with me and GP, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, I looked up to GP, right? I want to be like
Gary
GP.
Payton, y'all. Gary Payton. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gary Payton is everything to me, right? And then, like, when I come into the league, you feel what I'm saying? Gary Payton is Gary Payton.
Yeah.
So he gonna treat me the way he's supposed to treat me.
Talking dirty.
Yeah. Playing physical, just dominating. You feel what I'm saying? And that dude is up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so it's like he see me fighting to trying to get eye level with him. You know what I mean? And then we had a show, and then I'm like, yo, who's some of your favorite guards? And he's like, man, I ain't saying this shit because you was here. And he explained to me why he fucked with me. And I was like, damn.
Did it mess you up?
That's all that mattered to me. I don't care about the Hall of Fame. I don't care about this accolade, that accolade. When I talked to D. Will, me and him tight as hell. And all he talk about, we beat y'all in the playoffs. Yeah, you did that shit. But, D. Will was cold.
Yeah.
Talk to Rod Strickland. Idolize Rod. Like, these are all the people I tried to pattern my game at. These are all the people that I tried to be like. And then it's all the young dudes, too, that got all the sauce and all the flavor. Right. So for me, it's like I get to become a fan, and I get to let, like, you can tell me, hey, bro, ask so-and-so. Like, I asked Gary Payton the question about Michael Jordan.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was like, yo, bro, like, after they did all that in The Last Dance, and you see Jordan pick up the thing and say, GP didn't bother me. Like, man, how'd that make you feel? He said, man, if he would have said anything less, I'd have lost all respect for him.
He expected it.
Got to.
Yeah. It's Michael Jordan.
He said, man, he said, you know, and this is like, it's almost like bringing you into our world. This is our get down. You dig what I'm saying? Because even if I see Michael Jordan, I'm gonna always talk shit to Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? But like, it's Michael Jordan, dog. It's like, GP, like, I have more interactions with GP, so I can't talk that much shit to GP, right?
Got it.
Because him and Sam Cassell was going, hey, you next. Hey, you next. They did me like that when
that's crazy.
We was playing in Milwaukee. It was like, you post them up. All right, you got. He was like, no. They arguing
about
passing the ball to each other. Like, man, you take over you take over. And I'm like, man, I gotta guard both of these.
Yeah, and they knew what they was doing.
They having the best time of their life.
Yeah, no, dude.
Imagine GP and Sam Cassell in the back court. Just personality-wise.
Oh yeah, they talk.
They are the perfect complement
going.
of two people that can talk to each other, just to each other the whole game. And they talk to each other, talk to you, talk to the refs, talk to the people. And it's like they're having the best time. Sam Cassell was having the best time in his life.
And you saw it firsthand.
And, dog, wow. Man, Sam, come on, I saw it up close.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But it's like you learn from these dudes, and it's like that's where you get your joy from.
Yeah, no.
GP, that's where you get your dog
bro,
from.
like that podcast is Fuzz, like, just for a basketball fan, it's one of those, like, you're in the locker room
having a real conversation.
Hearing like, oh snap, that's what that meant. Like you said something about you saw Nick Van Exel, you know, before a game, he acted like he was tired. Oh no, dog. Y'all died. I'm cool.
That was fucked up.
And he busted for like 40-something points.
48, bro.
Oh, he wasn't tired.
He did it twice.
Yeah.
Nah, he was not. He was cool until David Wesley woke him up, and then the other time he was cool because Stoudemire was killing us, and then David Wesley woke him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, it's just crazy, like, because you look up to these dudes, and they got so many tricks and shenanigans, bro.
Yeah.
That the average fan don't see?
No, dog.
When you walk, like, think about, like, you walking in the studio with Dre.
Yeah.
Right? Dre can say anything to you. He can play you anything. He can play you some shit that he never, ever is ever going to release and didn't like and be like, man, this shit going tomorrow. You going to fly out that motherfucker like, man,
it's about to go.
Oh, it's about to go.
Yeah, for sure I'm going to do that.
That's how it is when you learning like these dudes. It's like they got so many tricks.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And like the advantage is all psychological shit.
All right, so you know, you tell us about GP, you tell us about, you know, Nick Van Exel, a couple others. Who were some of those younger players you did the same tricks to?
You had to do it.
I mean, shit, any of them. You know what I'm saying?
Kobe?
I mean, you know, me and Kobe used to always go at it. And Kobe used to always talk shit, but nah, you got to be up for Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean, I played kind of. I did that to Rondo one time. I was kind of like playing possum, but he wasn't letting me have it either. He was sweating me at halftime. He was like walking in front of me like, you ain't gonna take no night off on me. You ain't. I was like, hey, bro, chill out. Like, chill, yo. What's wrong with you? No, when Rondo was young, bro, he was so hungry. Like, he basically the first play of the game, I think it was a layup. He laid the ball up, you know, and then he pushed me.
He was like, what are you doing?
I'm like, bro, what is going on? Homie, stop. You know what I mean? Stop. You know, and I'm just going about my business. And at halftime, I'm walking back to the locker room, and he just like walking in front of me. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He was like, man, you ain't gonna take no night off on me. You got me fucked up. He was going off. Hey, he was going off. I gotta ask that dude. I gotta see him and be like, hey, bro, do you remember that shit? That shit got me charged up, though. It got me charged up because I was cool. I was just going to, possum it out.
Damn.
Yeah, dog. And it's so crazy because now you see like the load management, but y'all was really load management, but still playing. Like, nah, I'm just, I ain't gonna go full strength. And that's the first time listening to Point Guard that I heard that. Like, you don't hear, like, you pay your money as a kid, like, oh man, I'm going to see these dudes play. And it may be a day that they're taking off. Like, just imagine that. Like, they just, it's like, it ain't a big thing to them.
It's not like you taking off. It's just like your body is so fucking tired, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I got to drag myself to the office. Now, if I catch a song or I start talking to somebody and I start waking up, you know what I mean? Like, I can trick my body, but just sometimes, especially back in the day, you get laughed at or you kind of like, it was frowned upon to be sitting on the training table.
Really?
What?
Damn. I got a scumbag question.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, if you can run, you can hoop, dog.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like no load management. It wasn't like, oh, I sprained my ankle, I'm out for 2 weeks, 6 weeks. None of that shit.
Yeah.
It was like, man, I got to get back in 4 days.
Wow.
Let me ask a scumbag question.
I know it's coming.
NBA. Now, we know there's a lot of hoochie mamas in the audience.
Hoochie
Birds.
mama. Birds. Hoochie mama.
Skeezers, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
them. How distracting is it if you see something in the audience that you're like, I need to try to get
Remember
at
that
this?
Golden State when we saw the girl was looking at Steph and she was like, she had the straw. Remember that? You remember?
Yeah, she was not effective.
Yeah, not at all.
Ineffective.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
But it has to be something you see, be like, that's me. I'm going to talk to that after the game.
Yeah.
So that happens a lot. Distraction.
That ain't a distraction. It's like, shit, man. It's like,
It is what it is.
What do you want somebody to do?
Like, I'm
If
a
I'm
dude.
sitting on the bench and I'm like, whoo, shit, I'm tired. You looking around like, oh, okay. I mean, it happens, bro.
Do you think weed should be?
You asking this guy?
I know. Should weed?
People don't know I smoke like that.
What?
Hey,
Dre?
come on, bro.
No, they know. No, they
No,
know.
they don't.
They don't know. They don't know. Oh, yeah,
no.
they know.
No, I'm
bro.
not like I'm not like a branded smoker. I'm not like somebody who's branded as a smoker.
Yeah, he's not like.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You like?
Yeah.
Buzz, you know me.
I know you. That's why. Okay. I know.
Yeah, you know me. Son.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
that's
a
a
little bit.
different thing.
I ain't gonna lie. When I listened to Point Guard, I was like, he sounds high. I was
sounds
like,
high?
yeah, no, Barons. He sounded high.
Like there's always a thing. I would say over the last 6 or 7 years that people be like, damn, dog, is BD high on TV? Like, is he high?
But
Is he high on Twitter? Is he high like that?
Was like Matt Barnes always an advocate for weed when he was in the league?
Yeah, absolutely. Steven Jackson, absolutely.
So, do you think they should allow NBA players to smoke?
Yeah.
Because
Y'all gonna do it anyway. Brian Gumbo, don't be taking our subject, homeboy.
This is my philosophy.
Yes.
You don't see people smoking weed, losing control at the wheel, having DUIs and shit like that. You know what I mean? Weed is pretty much chill, relax. You know, you fall asleep, you wake up, you can function.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? You can definitely function. The alcohol,
It's a
You're
problem.
off your game. You're
bro,
looking
you
crazy.
off your game.
Yeah.
You fucking your liver up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you got to think, these are high-octane athletes. So you got to take sometimes a pain pill, sometimes an Advil, you know what I mean? And so you mixing all that shit, and then you hang out at night, you drinking alcohol. Like, you're not thinking about it, but I used to think about it because I used to see the generation, like 2 generations ahead, generation ahead, and be like, damn, dog, that shit ain't going to work. I ain't taking no pills. Don't give me no pills. I just tough this shit out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like with weed, it's like at least you smoke, kind of numb your body. It's, it's like, it's medical, yo.
Yeah.
It's medical. So it's like there should be some type of leniency. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think they say during COVID that they weren't going to like test.
Yeah, I
for-
don't think they tested him in the bubble. But like, why would you test them in the bubble anyway? Everybody there.
They're there in the bubble.
Yeah.
It's like if you know somebody smoking weed, it's like, yo, everybody gonna know who it is.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So I think that was smart of the NBA to just, the NBA has always been ahead of its time and always been, right alongside of what's trending and evolving in sports and culture. So, I feel like weed is just, I don't encourage like young people to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it do fuck with your motivation. You know what I mean? It fucks with your giddy up. But I think for professional sports people, it's more like
healing.
It's more healing,
therapeutic,
and it's more an opportunity to one. You get, like you playing Philly. Now you got to go to Cleveland. So after the game, you are the last people to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Everybody in Philly went home, went to sleep with their kids, but they can't sleep either. So your adrenaline is pumping, you know what I mean? Because you done woke your body all the way up at 7. Now you done pretty much got exhausted.
Yeah.
Now it's 12 o'clock and you like, shit, man, I want a snack, da-da-da-da-da. And you stand, some dudes couldn't sleep, couldn't stay up, and then you tired the next game and fuck with your performance. So it's like hard, you got to do it's a lot of scientific shit, a lot of routine shit, just knowing like how to sleep, when to sleep. So some people drink and like get passed out just to sleep, to wake up. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like all that shit, man. There's been people to do that shit, and I think the weed would just help kind of calm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let people take that shit off, take that edge off.
Bro, dude, you got a movie, right? Then you just have a movie come out.
Domino.
Bruh.
Dog. Yeah, like
you doing a lot.
Let's talk about the entertainment stuff.
Yeah, the movie, Domino, Battle of the Bones, my directorial debut, similar to what the fuck WTF Baron Davis is. Somebody gave me a chance and I took advantage of it. And I remember like calling everybody like, yo, bro, if you could just show up, give me a cameo. So it was like producing, directing, and acting in it because, it's like, shit, we ain't have enough actors.
Right.
People was turning shit down. We couldn't afford Deion Cole. You know what I mean? Like, you can't afford people like that. So it's just like, man, you got to like mix and match the budget and try and do what you want. So I had to step in and like play a role. But it was cool because it was, for me, I always wanted to direct movies. I always wanted to be a director and thought like a director. And like now I got a chance to do it.
That's great, man.
But Baron's always had his hand on the entertainment. Like, I remember I went to the Drew League one time and you had the LA Unified thing you had cracking.
Yeah.
Now tell everybody what LA, I thought it was genius. Of course I'm an LA head, but explain what LA Unified is.
No,
it is a school, public school, but
it's the LA Unified School District. LA Unified came about. I was in Africa, and it was when I was going through the Donald Sterling shit. I went to Africa because I was like, man, like I need to see black people, and I need to like see.
Rewind. What do you mean by the Donald Sterling?
He was the owner of the Clippers.
He was the owner of the Clippers.
Of course.
All the racist shit. So I went to Africa
around that time. Okay.
One summer.
So you were
Okay. I was playing with the Clippers. When the season was over, I was like, man, I'm going to travel, fuck all this shit, get my mind away, come back next year and just block everything out and just say, fuck it, I'm going to do it for home.
Beautiful. What part of Africa did you go to?
Went to Rwanda, went to Tanzania, went to Kenya. I think those 3 places.
Wow. Yeah.
I spent most of my time in Rwanda. Got a chance to meet Paul Kagame. Made good friends with his kids. They was, still like in college and high school. So like developed a relationship, with just the people of Rwanda and the family. And I remember Pooh hit me and I was like, Pooh, like Magic was from Detroit, Michigan. And like you see what
he's from Lansing, because I know people from Lansing gonna be like, no, he's
from Lansing, Michigan.
Yes,
but Magic from Michigan. He came out here and he turned LA up. We may never play for the Lakers, dog. None of us.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we come from here, and you know, at the time, you know, I still had pretty much a big name or whatnot.
You still do, man.
And
It's official.
so I was like, bro, I can't do this shit by myself. I was like, if we smart, we should all be clicking up. And me and Pooh, we sit on the phone dog for hours and just talk. And I was like, yo, imagine if like every dude clicked up and took over the park in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we start the youth basketball. You already know Snoop got the football, so we just like riffing shit. You know what I mean? Like imagine if the rappers start doing it. If all the rappers clicked up and say, you know what? We gonna make albums, collaborations, things like that.
Right.
And I was like, man, we gotta come up with a name for that shit. I was like, man, let's just call it LA Unified.
Fire.
You know what I mean? Like our mission is to like let's be a collective of people who want to give back to the next generation, have award shows, Hall of Fames, for, you know. So we had started ideating on all this. So it's still in the works. You know, looking at how do we honor the people of the past? How do we graduate the kids that, you know what I mean, are deserving of it? And then how do we service the community by saying like, yo, we not only gonna spend our dollars, but we gonna bring you with us. We gonna give you dollars. We gonna have you cater. You know, and I think once I came back from Africa, went to the summer league. Everybody got LA Unified, good tattoos.
Gear,
I was like, oh, we up. You know
It's a
what I mean?
movement.
Is it still going on?
Yeah, it's a movement. It's like we all like,
But it's a couple of rappers that was
yeah,
like Scheme.
yeah. We start investing in rappers, just trying to like build people up. And it was like
you just played.
So he walked in my house the other day. I was playing Scheme Overdose off one of his tapes.
oh yeah.
I said, yo, Scheme was snapping on this
Pistol
record.
and palm trees.
Yeah, so that came out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they had gear. I had definitely quite a few. LA
And then we
Unified.
started making gear. And I
Gear
think
was up.
And I think the inspiration was like, yo, bro, like we all can do this. Everybody should have their own brand, their own label. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if we do that, like we're just on LA Unified as a movement.
It was
and
fire.
That's just who we are.
That's a dope
Fire.
hoodie.
Thank you, man. It's my Domino hoodie.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
I don't play
I gotta
that
get y'all.
Man, all right. Top 5 basketball players from LA.
Whoa.
There we go.
Talk about it.
There we go.
Shit, dude. Number one,
Number one.
Raymond Lewis.
Raymond Lewis. I've never heard of
It's a
Raymond.
documentary coming out.
Okay.
Raymond Lewis was Steph Curry, Allen Iverson.
When was he ripping it up out here?
Bourbon Day, played in the 70s.
Okay.
Okay.
Like he would have been, like he got blackballed in the NBA, Philadelphia.
Fuck Philly, man. They be always on that
real,
bullshit.
Oh man. You
Damn.
can't say-
bro.
No.
I fuck with
Nah,
Philly.
man.
Yeah.
But
Nah.
the 76ers, they be on bullshit.
They be on bullshit. They sorry.
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
So, go ahead.
Sorry.
Raymond Lewis is number one.
He's out of there.
He led the NCAA in scoring. I think his freshman and sophomore year averaged like 38 or 40,
Yeah.
and shot like 67% from the field.
What?
No three-point line.
Wow.
And where's he at now?
He got blackballed. He passed away.
Oh, he passed. Damn.
But he was from Verb.
Okay.
And it was like
boys' school.
he was like a East Side mentality.
Got it. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like coming off that East Side, bro. It's like we got way more shit to deal with because we can't even see Inglewood. You know what I mean? Like we just
Street politics at its best.
Hey, bro, we just try to get to Inglewood.
Yeah.
Hey, nah, Inglewood is Beverly Hills, son.
Yeah, man.
Fuck
Got it.
Beverly Hills. We just trying
You
to
going
make it
down
to Inglewood.
Manchester, you're happy.
Got it.
Hey, we can get to. Hey, bro, if we
Going
can
to
get
Taco Bell off La Brea was lit. It was lit.
Bro, if I can, we can make it to Inglewood and make
good.
it back home. Oh
good.
man, we
We
good.
good.
That's
Yeah,
Beverly Hills.
that's real
that.
spit.
So you got Raymond Lewis,
That's number one.
John Williams. They called him Allah.
Did he make it to the league?
Yeah,
Okay.
John Williams. He played for Washington. The Washington Bullets.
I was
at
about
the
to say
time.
Bullets or yeah.
He was McDonald's MVP college, like a college All-American down at LSU.
Okay.
But when he was at Crenshaw, he was like the Magic Johnson.
He was
you know what I
he
mean?
was that guy.
He was that dude.
All right.
And Crenshaw was like #1 in the world. Out of LA. Now, I'm not talking about the outskirts, right?
You could just LA County. Yeah,
just say LA County.
The county?
Yeah.
Shit, dog. It get funky.
You got 3 more. Easy. Just
Current dudes included?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that shit ain't cool, dog. That's a lot of people. Paul Pierce.
Okay, Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce for sure. Paul Pierce was like...
He a real one. Yeah. He's too
Paul
real.
Pierce
He's
has just
too real.
consistently been great at a high level for a long time.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at Inglewood, I would say somebody that I didn't see play, but I heard about as well, Marcus Johnson.
Damn, okay. You digging
Johnson.
in your bag.
Yeah. Marcus Johnson. You know, me and Pooh, we
Of course.
We got a whole list of all the LA dudes who played in the NBA, what team they played for, how many years. Like, we've been going up.
Yeah.
We've been going up.
Yeah.
Marcus Johnson, point forward, out of Milwaukee, should be in the Hall of Fame. Will be in the Hall of Fame. Should have been in the Hall of Fame, but he was the first point forward. Went to Crenshaw, went to UCLA, national champ, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just like the accolades, like just kind of, like he had his era and his run at UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I missing?
Somebody will get mad at you.
Oh, a lot of people gonna be mad.
Yeah.
No, they can always get mad when we do this shit.
Yeah.
We had a podcast and we had a show that me and Pooh was doing was top 20.
Shout out
like
to
pick
Pooh.
your top. Shout out to Pooh. Pick your top 20 LA dudes, and we had to stop it because dudes was calling us.
It probably was on
getting
your head.
hot,
It
bro.
was on your head.
Yeah.
How you not say this?
Like, why
I
you leave
thought
me
it was
off, bro? I'm
cool.
supposed to be on so-and-so list. I'm like, yo, bro, it's just the people you seen.
It's opinionated.
People take that shit personal. Number 5, I'm sure.
He's thinking long.
Harold Miner.
Harold Miner,
I'll give you
dude. The pressure that dude had.
Hey, dude,
the
somebody
pressure.
tell me a story
Say it.
about Harold Miner.
Golly, baby Jordan.
So they say the team, you know, in high school, the visitor team run out, boo!
She went out with Harold Miner one time.
Okay.
I went out with Rihanna. Who cares? So go ahead. I'm taking part of that. What up, Riri?
Visitor team run out, boo, boo, boo.
Yeah.
Inglewood run out. You know what I mean? The team in layup line. Where's Harold Miner?
Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. PD.
I swear to God, somebody told me this. Harold Miner is sitting in the locker room. You know, at Inglewood, right? So he's sitting in the locker room. Both teams is warming up.
Yeah.
And the fans start going, Harold. Harold.
They yelling for him.
Harold. Like, basically, you know, whatever they were saying. He comes out the locker room by himself, takes a lap around the court.
And bail out.
No, and get in the layup line.
He was waiting for him.
How flossy is that?
He
He
knew
was
his
waiting
like,
for
check this
them.
out.
See?
He knew
Like,
he was
I
on.
wish I would have done shit like that in high
He
school.
just like, y'all go out. I'm going to come out when it's my time.
Yeah, let me. Yeah,
That's
y'all
a
go
bar.
ahead. Let me.
Hey, dude, that's a bar.
ego. That's a lot of like.
That's a bar.
He was Baby Jordan.
Was he
He
though?
knew it.
He was probably one of the most hated on players in the NBA. Also, when you think about his story, like LA dudes for a long time, always are undervalued, always are underestimated, underappreciated, and the most hated on.
Damn.
I don't give a fuck what you talking about. That was like coming up. Any LA dude to tell you it was like, oh, we light skinned out here. Oh, we soft. Oh, we too gangster.
Right.
Oh, we uncoachable. Oh, he too headstrong. It was like it was always some whole other shit, bro.
We got to talk real quick, Fuzz. I know we got to wrap it.
Yeah.
Have you seen this picture? Please show this picture. Have you seen this picture of Baron Davis in high school? Jersey,
Hold on, I got to.
Jerry curl,
Let's talk about
and
the
he looks high as hell. Do you remember this picture I'm talking about? It's this picture of, it's like either.
But he started wearing a curl later on. You know that, right?
No, it was like
Gotta talk about
you in high school look high as hell in this picture. Oh, I gotta show
I
you.
never smoked weed until I was like
So he wasn't high.
smart.
27 years
That was
old.
smart.
He wasn't high.
Well, I didn't want to
But
smoke
wait,
weed because
we'll find a picture.
Yes.
Family,
But
so.
why did you bring the Jerry curl back?
I just need to, like, I was coming back to LA, and I was like, yo, I'm about to live.
It's so
I'm about
LA.
to live my life.
It's so
bro.
LA. That was
hey,
so LA.
Hey, I'm about to go through my whole life,
G Perico.
right? I'm about to go. And then I linked with G, and his shit was dripping.
Hey, G Perico.
G Perico really inspired me, though.
So LA.
G Perico really inspired me, but I was in New York, and I was like, man, I need to, like, I gotta have some pictures. You know what I mean? With the Jerry curl, with the 83 bins. You know what I mean? With the SS, with the
You were too
eyebrow.
young to enjoy that era.
Man, I'm seeing it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, it may be cool to go
Boom.
be in this moment for a moment. You know what I mean?
Try to bring it back. Let me ask you.
And plus, I was coming back to LA, so I was like,
Yeah,
man,
do
if I
some
got
real
the-
LA.
If I got a Jerry curl, it's
Yeah.
only you
I'm
only
here.
getting two versions.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they both gonna slap you. Either I'm gonna slap you on some Jerry curl greasy hand.
Oh man.
We'll find it.
Oh, we'll find it. We'll find it.
But last question. I'm going to ask you this. Where do you want your legacy to be once it's all said and done?
That's a great question. I would say for me, I don't really give a shit about no legacy, man. I think we fooled and tricked by legacy, right? I think that America has taught us to go and build a legacy, go and build a brand. You know what I mean? And I think all that shit is a distraction. You know what I mean? And so legacy to me is, what the fuck are we building? You know what I mean? Yeah. Because when you look over the history of time, 100 years from now, this motherfucker's gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, BD, he was cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what did we do? Like, what are we leaving behind as this generation?
That's
right?
deep.
Where's our pyramids? We ain't got no pyramids. We ain't got shit.
Yeah. Instagram.
Right? We don't own shit.
He said Instagram?
Yeah.
We don't own shit. So I'm always
Copies.
thinking about, when you look back, did we ever figure it out? Did we all just say, fuck it, let's go build a statue in LA, you know what I mean, and a big ass middle finger? That's gonna outlast all of us. You feel what I'm saying? But like, what are we building? What are we doing? And so when it comes to like legacy, I think my job is to like plant seeds and light fires all over.
And you're
You know
doing
what I
that.
mean?
You're
and
doing
just
that.
and just create wildfires of us and people, and bring people, like, kind of bring people together. Realize that, you know, there's a system that has us, right? And they get to control the way we operate, and they get to control our trajectory and our success. You know what I mean? And then there's a system of people that don't give a fuck about that.
That's deep.
Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people have to participate, right? And don't give a fuck. But what if we gave a fuck and did and participated, right? So how do we care about each other? How do we care about, you know, building something that generations and our kids and kids are gonna be a result of what we did. You know what I mean? So I don't know about my legacy. I'm just fucking
Hey, man.
Oh, he said it there.
Forrest Gump. Maybe they make a Forrest Gump movie about me or some shit.
You got a lot, man.
Yeah,
No, thank
Baron
you for
Davis,
your time,
everybody.
bro. Baron Davis.
y'all.
Listen, FAQ Podcast, Fuzzy, Quincy, Baron Davis. Please subscribe, FAQ Podcast on YouTube, FAQ Podcast on Instagram, and all places you watch or listen to your podcast. Thank you, bro. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it, dog.
Baron
That
Davis,
was
y'all.
dope. That was dope.